Are we are we on? Are we streaming? Let's just wait for a while. Maybe there's people coming in. Maybe it's not. We don't know. But let me see. Right. So yeah. Crazy thing happens today. Right. I just saw this article which is about Kadokawa mentioning that yeah, we agree. We have created way too much isekai. We have created too much isekai, and I was like, wait, what? But it's actually pretty fun. I don't know, man. I actually, it depends on isekai, but I didn't watch all. There is like some of the farmer stuff that I didn't really watch because it's kind of ridiculous. But again, like there's too many slow life bullshit that Kadokawa made. Like anime back in the day, it's more about adventure, and I really like those. Like adventure anime was really good. Like like I don't know, like Witch Slayer, or there's so many types, right? I think One Piece is one of them as well. But I'm talking about like maybe something else that you can see with that with 24 episode, 50 episode. There's like a whole adventure, whole story going on, and it's not just like slow life or whatever. I was like, okay, that was pretty interesting. Crazy news today. Oh yeah, Steam have crazy news as well. Apparently they remove a lot of stuff. Like this is a new tag they put in. There's like Wuxia, Sanxia, and stuff like that. Samurai, capybaras, animal poker, learning language or something. But they remove all this, like 3D vision, ambient, America, blood, crowdfunded, cult classic, documentary, drama, dragons and Dungeons and Dragons, experience, electronic. I don't know, man. I feel like these are pretty, like ambience kind of makes sense. 3D vision kind of makes sense. Drama kind of makes sense. Features film kind of makes sense. It's kind of like straightforward. Like I'm not. I mean, Kickstarter you can kick it out, I guess. Lego kind of makes sense. Mature, yeah, I think maybe mature is a bit vague posting, so that I think I kind of get it. And SFW kind of like, wait, what? Narration, Roguevania, like, what do you mean? Why do you take this away? Like, this is a genre. I kind of weird out by Steam decision to do this actually. I kind of get there are a few stuff around here that is probably not. It's like the kind of tag that people don't really use, and I kind of get that like NSFW and mature kind of want to, because it's kind of vague. So it's like even gore or violent or even like sexual content is like definitely that's what people expected. But the gore and violent is like there's a lot of games that have that, and usually they've been put them into mature. And so you can see like a bunch of like like Cyberpunk 77 and something like that, and then they put that Cyberpunk that game, and then when you scroll 2 scroll or 3 scroll, you will see like an NTR game, which is a mature game as well. So I don't know. I find it kind of weird. They remove NSFW and mature .org. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why they do that, but I mean NSFW. I mean like, mature. I'm actually on the side of like mature. Maybe yeah, sure, whatever, right? Because it's kind of like a vague posting as I mentioned just now. But NSFW, this is pretty important, I would say. Like, oh, this is NSFW. Oh, because like when you put like sexual content, like Cyberpunk has it, right? Witcher 3 has it. I don't know, whatever games like Western games, the Baldur's Gate 3, that it has it. So it's kind of like still stacking into that thing. It doesn't really solve any problem. Not pretty sure why they removed that, but again, I don't know. Maybe there's like a kind of weird pressure or something like that. We got like Nintendo coming in as well. Gamescom. I'm kind of looking forward for the Summer Game Fest, right? Summer Game Fest happening in June 6th or something. How are you gonna find games now? I'm not pretty sure if I should say it on the internet because I usually use DMM. Nah, I usually use the internet, if you get what I mean. Which is DMM. So I don't really buy that much, game on Steam. To begin with. So I still play tons of them, but not from Steam, you know. So yeah, that's that. Well, other than that, you know, you still got itch and shit, and you probably DMM is definitely the best way to get it. DMM has like a lot of like crazy Japanese game there. Like Steam is fine, like there's a lot of you know there, but I really like a lot of Japanese like games more, because when you play a lot of like the games on Steam, mostly the one that got through it, there's a lot of like there's a lot of stuff that's not available on Steam. Like the one that I said just now, like the weird stalker thing, right? I mean like yesterday or something. That was I don't think I found that on Steam, but it was on DMM, so so I don't know. The Souls-like female protagonist thing has been blowing up, but it's Souls-like, so oh, you mean this one? Yeah, it looks really good, right? Rabbit. Is there any videos on this? Can I react to this thing? Is there any videos on this? Oh, there is a video on this. I mean, I'm fine. Like as I said before, I don't think Souls-like is the problem for me. Maybe Souls-like is okay. I don't like From Software. That's just it. I mean, it's not like I don't like From Software. I mean, like I like Armored Core, so it's not like I don't like From Software. I like From Software, Armored Core, but I don't like Dark Souls or any Soul shit. Like like Dark Souls, Elden Ring, Bloodborne. Those I feel like a bit not my kind of thing. But hold on, let's see. I don't know. They got a video here. Let's go and check it out. I guess I don't know. Hold on. Let me just clean up some of the stuff. Sorry about that. Just need to make sure that we don't click in way too much. So this can be here, so that I don't do weird shit. And then this can be here, so that I can click onto it as well when I want to. From here, I guess could be fine. Yeah. So let me just pause this. I just want to react to this thing. So let me just take some recording as well, I guess. Why not? A new Souls-like. Noah Flair set up a Steam page for the upcoming games currently titled Project Rabbit. I think it's a female protagonist game with Souls-like element, right? I'm gonna look at it. The game is notably inspired by Alice in Wonderland. So it's like Lies of P, but it's female protagonist. Lies of P is like Pinocchio or something. Well, this is like Alice in Wonderland. I mean, next time we have Snow White, and then we got to fight with the Seven Dwarf. Or next time we have Cinderella, and then we got to fight with the Glass Sleeper. Next time we have Little Mermaid settings, we have to fight with a bunch of fishes. And it could happen because there is a news that says the new From Software game is inspired by pirates. So it might happen. I don't know. I did not like the poster. I don't think the poster is here somewhere. But I remember there are some people actually talking about that on somewhere. I'm kind of scared to get home because you might see some weird shit. But yeah, but that's what I heard. There is a pirate setting From Software game or something that is being rumored to be happening, because the one that we got, two of the games, they are all multiplayer games like Elden Ring, Night Rain, and Blood Dust. Is it Blood Dust? Blood Dust? I don't know, man. Whichever. So it's all like multiplayer, PvP, PvE, PvP, VE or no PvE and PvPvE. So it's kind of interesting that they actually have that, but so now they want to make their single player games, and it was rumored to be that. Maybe so. Little Mermaid could be the case. So let's see. Noah Flair, Project Rabbit.
Be careful.
Should I watch it from the YouTube? This is so bad. The quality is so bad.
Shh. Be careful.
Okay.
I chased the white rabbit. And when I woke up, I was in a completely twisted world.
Ooh. Alice in Wonderland. Wait, why is it Chinese? Or is it Korean? Oh, it's Korean. Is it made by Korean dev? Is it a Is it like a Korean dad? I like how they just keep focusing on the ass. This is so good. I'm sorry, man. I just can't stop thinking about it. Let me just look at it again. Yeah. Yeah. that was good. Some bloody things, I guess. Yes. Oh, that's the enemy from Silent Hill F. Oh, wait a minute. I gotta check that out. Where the hell was that again? Yeah, I think maybe it is Korean game. I'm not sure. Oh no, maybe it's not, because Korean game is it's gotta be parry. So they still making Souls-like. I thought it's almost ended because like there's so many action, you know, hack and slash these days. I mean, it looks okay, right? Time's running out. Time's running out. That's a rabbit. That's what it means. I see. I mean, like, yeah. I mean, kind of cool. Do they have anything else that they have around here? Project. Oh, Korean. Like I said, right? Korean. That's just what it is. Yeah. So many Korean words. It's definitely Korean. It's a Korean game then. Oh boy, it's so good, man. Korean just keep being my demographic of, you know, any video games that comes out that probably will pique my interest. Well, you know what? Let's not, you know. I mean, like, that's just what it is. I'm can't wait. Probably gonna play it definitely because it's a female protagonist. That's just what it is. Okay, you know. So let's go and do our stuff, right? Let's just go and learn some stuff. I'm gonna learn some stuff, and yeah. So let me turn back on the music, and I'm gonna do the roguelike stuff later on, not right now. And then what else do I need to do? Nothing much. Okay, that's just what it is. Let's turn this on so that it's not gonna be that bright because of the, you know, white. So I'm probably gonna go until lesson 10 here, and that's just what that, you know, that is for today. So I'm just gonna do it, right? So here we go. In previous lessons, your creator functions to draw the square of the fixed size. The function is a bit limiting. Instead, it would be much better if we had a function to draw a square of any size, or better, any kind of rectangle. Square is a specific kind of rectangle. Square is rectangle is square. So what is this? It's like your first function parameter. So it's like in the previous lesson you use the rotate function to give it an argument, like something like this. Okay. Just like rotate, we can also give functions parameters. Function parameters. Parameters acts like placeholder in the function code. They work like blank space that fill in each time someone calls your function. When you write a function with parameters, you will create a flexible template that can work in different values each time you use it. Let's see how the rotate function is defined and use parameter. Rotation equal rotation and radians. Rotate radians. When you write a function with parameters, you create a flexible template that you can work. So you mean like this? Like what? Okay, for now, this is kind of confusing for me. Like, where did the rotation comes from? So the rotation is rotation plus radian, but What? Where? How did rotation come from? Uh, Parameters are nice. So when you make a function with a parameter, every time you can call the function, you can customize the parameter during play. I am not sure what the hell it means. Maybe I should just read through it. Then maybe I will understand this part, right? For now, focus on the first line. Function definition function rotate radians. The word radians is the function parameter. So that's the function parameter. So that's the radians. It is the placeholder that gets replaced with the actual value that you call function. When you call the function with rotate 0.5, the computer replaces the name radians in the function with 0.5. When you call the function rotate 0.5, the computer replaces. Each time you call the function, the replacement happens again. If you call rotates 1.2, radians becomes 1.2. Wait, what? I don't understand what the hell this radians is. Radians, the word function parameter. So that's the parameter function. It's a placeholder that gets replaced with an actual value when you call the function. You call this function with rotate 0.5. Why would the computer replace it with radians? What is it? It's like, that's the name? No, wait, what? Radiance. And when dissolve reach max, the sword is gone. Wait, what? So I can make a function that dissolve my sword into dust when I unequip it. The parameter would be an amount of dissolve you want. So the dissolve value can go up every 1 second. And when the dissolve reaches max, the sword is gone. Like, the thing is, function parameters. Like, maybe I am approaching this in a weird way because I don't know where it comes from. Did I write this thing myself, or is this thing being auto, because they say it will get replaced? That like the computer replaced the name radians. Like, so would I type 0.5 and then it would be there? And yet again, like, maybe like with your take, maybe with your explanation, maybe I am not understanding what is the purpose of the function parameters in the first place. And now I remember, now I read it again and it's like, oh, so it's like a parameter, so it's like, you know, some sort of, you know, meter, some sort of calculation methods or something like that. And the function, the word radians is the function parameters. The parameters can be filled with number, text, and anything else. In these lessons, we can only use number. We only use number as we have yet to learn about the other values type. What is the function parameters? A number you use to make calculation? A label you give to a value the function receives. It doesn't make calculation, right? But based on what you said just now, it's like you can go up to every dot one, every 0.1 second. It's like, so it's like it calculates stuff. It doesn't calculate stuff. I don't know. I'm gonna go with this one. A label that you give a value to the function receive. That's right. The parameter is a placeholder that gets replaced with an actual value you pass when calling the function. The value can be different each time if you call the function. It depends on what you put in parentheses. It depends on what you put in parentheses. The value can be changed. How to write a function definition. The line starting with func keyword, you can add parameters. To add parameters, write a placeholder name inside the parentheses. When someone calls your function with a value, every copy of parameter in the function get replaced with the value. Function draw square length. Have I ever seen something like this before? I forgot to turn on my Godot side of stuff. Have I seen something like this before? Delta. But this is like the same with just now. Function, okay. Function input event. Where is it again? I guess I might understand a bit. I don't know. Parameter is just a name, not the value. Oh, okay. I think it's calculation. Oh, you're right. I think it's just the name. So how to create a function with parameters? When you write a function definition, it's starting with the func keyword. You can add parameters. To add parameters, write a placeholder inside the parentheses. When someone calls your function into value, every copy of the parameter in the function get replaced with that value. Draw square something. So it's like if I decided to do this, everything in that is gonna be this, right? You can give parameters any name. How you name functions and the parameters is up to you. So which means I can do something like this. I can write whatever I want inside here, and then the length will be whatever that is inside here when I put it someplace else. Maybe that's how it works, I guess. Just remember that the names does not contain spaces. To write parameters names with multiple words in GDScript, we use underscores by convention. The following function definition is exactly equivalent to the previous one. So draw square, I mean like underscore square, and then side underscore length. Parameter makes your code easier to reuse. You write function 1 as a template, then you call it many times with different value. Here's an example of the function to draw square. Parameter length is a placeholder. Use a slider to change the value, and you can click the button to call the value. The placeholder again replaced with your value and drawing square in different sizes. Parameter line. So this is like size, so size. But I don't get this because this is like their, this is their own website engine or like, programming or something like that. So in Godot, I do know there is like, levels and stuff, but those you can actually create it yourself by putting in variables, if I'm not wrong, right? Or export variables, is that what it is? But how do you actually get this? Like level or the slider? Draw square size, move forward size. Oh, this is like how far you go, like 110 or something like that. So you can go to 200. Okay, no, maybe if I do the homework, probably can be what it is. Which is the correct syntax for a function definition. This one. You're right. To define a function, you need to start with func keyword followed by the space and then function name and optional parameters inside the parentheses. You must end the line with a colon. Yeah. Which define a new code block. We would see from moving forward the keywords other than function requires a colon at the end of the line. Function can have multiple parameters. Function can have multiple parameters. You can use as many placeholders as you need. To add multiple parameters, write a comma between each placeholder name. For example, func move x, y. It has two placeholders, x and y. Each one gets to replace its own value when you've called a function. Parameter 1 and parameter 2. Oh, yeah. I mean, I kind of get this because I did see this before. Okay. Must I write spaces between function parameters? In function definition, you must have a space between func keyword and the function name. So this one right here, right? However, because we use comma to separate parameters, it doesn't matter if you use spaces between parameters. As long as you have a comma. Either syntax is correct. Oh, so this space it doesn't really matter? Oh, like just like yesterday I was like, I thought like, because I saw it's like, should I space or should I not space? Because I remember from like different tutorials, each time when they wrote something in there, like for example move left, and then they were comma, and they would get to the next one, and then like, there was space, and then they would like do the next thing. So I can see like, yeah, so this is it doesn't really matter with the space. That's good to know. We often use spaces after the comma for readability, so it's like for easier to read, I guess. I see, like for example like this, right? Like this, there's a space there. Usually they don't have a space there, so it's like, oh, okay, so it doesn't really matter. The following shows the function of two parameters, the function move identity of the both x and y axis. When you call move 50, 100, every x in the function gets replaced with 50, and every y gets replaced with 100. Call move and offset y offset. The x in the function gets replaced with 50. X and y, right? Okay. How should I name my function and parameters? The name and function and parameters and other things in your codes are entirely up to you. They are written by us programmers for other programmers. You want to use the name that make the most sense to you and fellow programmers. You could absolutely write a single letter names like in math classes A, B, F. You can also write abbreviated names like POS for position, BG for background, and so on. Many programmers do either or both on the above. At GD's Quest, we favor complete and explicit names. We generally try to write codes in an explicit and relatively easy to read. Right now, you have to enter every letter when you code, so long names may feel inconvenient. However, this is good for learning. It trains your finger to type precisely. I agree. Then after you finish this course, you will see that the computer assists you a lot when you code real games with features like auto-completion. Based on the few characters you type, it will offer you to complete long names. Oh, you mean the one that appears out with that? Okay. When defining a function, parameters are... I think it's mandatory, right? Wait, it's optional? What? Oh yeah, because you can put just numbers. Okay, never mind. I'm sorry. Yeah, you can just put numbers after that. You can put an argument in it. Yeah, you're right. No, I was wrong. You can define functions with or without parameters depending on your needs. What's the correct syntax to define a function with multiple parameters? Okay, from function names. No, function names is this one could be it. No, you gotta need a comma. You always write a function parameters inside a parenthesis. To define multiple parameters, you separate them with a comma. Now it's your turn to create a function with multiple parameters. In following practices, you will write functions that I will call with different values. Your function needs to work correctly no matter what the values app passes to them. Oh boy, I can practice stuff. What is this? What do you want me to do? Okay. I have no idea what you want me to do. Drawing corners over different sizes. Different size. Before we create a rectangle of any size, let's first practice a simpler shape. I will call your function twice with different values. Draw corner 240. Draw corner 120. The task is to add parameters named length to your function definition. It creates a placeholder. When the app calls your function, the placeholder will get replaced with a value in the parentheses. Your function should move the turtle forwards by an amount defined by the line parameters. Turn right 90 degrees. Now this is something I do understand, like this thing right here. Each time app calls your function, length will be replaced with a different value 240, then one. Are you telling me that I just put length and it should be fine? I have no idea what I'm doing right now. What? What? Why? I don't get this at all. Maybe it's something like on top of here. Like you will put like what is their value, right? And so when you get into this draw corner part, I don't know. Why is the draw corner could be 240 and then 120? Let me check more. Kid one, you need to add parameter length 3 times into this practice. That's just one hint. I don't understand why that it would just automatically like goes to like 240 and then this one. Maybe it's not supposed to be understandable right now. Sorry, I think I need to click continue after this, right? It just goes like continue. Okay. Now let's make a draw corner. Let's make the draw corner function even more flexible. You can add a second placeholder so that the angle can also be varied. I will call your function with a different length and angle values. Draw corner. Your task is to add angle parameters after. After the length in function definition, remember to separate the two placeholder with comma. When the app calls draw corner 240, and the angle will be replaced with 45. What the hell do you want me to do here? What the hell? I'm so confused. Like, where the hell did this come from? You gotta make sense. Like before that, you gotta have something that happens before. But parameter after the length. I gonna need one here. Parameters of function are separated by commas. I know, but where? What? I'm sorry, man. I think I just gotta reverse this. The function name of the class you're trying to use doesn't exist. So I need to make that out. I have no idea how this works because I don't understand this at all. So I'm gonna put a solution, and I'm gonna. Oh, that's it. I'm confused too. Where did they give the value tied to the length? Like you're putting length by itself and it's automatically has a value. Yeah, that's what it is. That's why I feel like this thing is like, where did the value comes from? Like, how do you actually put that thing? This is what it should be, but you know. So if you do it this way, line and angle, then it become this is the line and this is the angle. I gotta say, you know what? I think this is like something that I should not worry that much, because this could be somewhere that we don't need to think about right now, I guess. Wait, what? Let me copy this thing. Why is it my stuff? It doesn't let you copy? Oh shit, fuck. No. No. Never mind. Godot. Learning. Learning parameters. Oh. And I have a question. Learning parameters. I think that's just fine. And then I just say draw corner thing, right? $45. Draw corner. What is the number actually? Why is it like so weird? 240 and 120. Otherwise, it's so weird. Like, the hell? Practice was. Let's see if I'm doing a wake question. Will Grok understand what I'm talking about? What the hell? Yes, I can copy this thing. What the hell is happening? Why does it keep copy pasting my before shit? Okay, I'm just gonna do the function thing, right? Function, draw corner, length, and angle. No! Angle, move forward, turn right, move forward. Shit. Turn right. Okay, I'm gonna ask this. I practices. I don't understand why why does I know the value is for 240 and we'll change to 120 90 despite I didn't have that in my code. In my code practice. Or something like that, I guess. That is exactly how parameters work in GDScript. Tutorial shows you the definition of the function. You can call use function in different values. Can you give me an example on a real game? Example shooting system. Put this player script. Wait, what? Change the bullet color. Wait, what? Shoot bullet float damage in color. Bullet preload. Okay, we got probably something from that. Instantiate. Okay. Gunpoint. The function is shoot bullet speed float. Okay. Never mind. I think this is pretty. I can get some sample on a full scale on how it will looks like with the draw corner. And the script. Given. Function ready, draw corner, bum. Draw corner, length float, angle float. Okay, you put the number here. Oh no, the float, because it's over here, float. And then because here it's gonna be angle, and that's the line. Oh, so you just put Feng ready, and then you write. You just draw this. So I think in this one, they did not show you this part, right? They did not show you this upper part function ready draw corner thing. So maybe that's why it's so confusing, because it doesn't shows you the first part. Yeah, it says the value comes from the left box, so it's like they have part of the code but not exposing it to you, which isn't a good teaching. That's what it is, right? Because I get so, I think I just want to tell us what that is in first, and then probably when you go through it, then you will slowly see what it is. Now I see this. Now I understand more. So this is how you use it. So you can actually define how it goes from here, and then it probably would change, right? Like draw a corner, and then you probably will so if you say draw a corner like this, it would be like that. Draw a few different shapes when the game starts. Okay. This makes a perfect square. You can add more shapes below to draw the stuff. No. I feel like you can actually add the numbers here as well. That's why this is like a different kind. It's not really like this one turns to here. This is by itself. So in order to make the length and the float to have like a certain numbers, is actually supposed to be here. So it's like length, cologne float, like the numbers of what we want to put in. So that's exactly how it actually works. So it's instead of like this, it's actually supposed to be like, you know, like, I don't know, it's supposed to have a lang. The lang is like, what, 240? Was it what was it again? Yeah, it has like a cologne in between, so it's like something like this, right? I think it's something like this, and then the angle becomes like, because now if I see this, now it makes a lot of sense. Sorry, 45. But how do you actually get this though? And now I'm confusing myself. It's so weird. Oh boy. I don't know. You know what? What? I'm sorry. It's weird. But it works if I put float. Where did the value come from? Where did you know what? I'm not gonna care that much. You know, I'm gonna go for it first and then just not care about it for now. What was it again? So I gotta put like drawing square of any sizes. What was it again? Move forward. Do I not need angle? Over there. But it doesn't have like angle or something. Write a function name draw square with one parameter called length. Remember, this parameter is a placeholder that fields with actual values when the function is called. What the hell? Okay. Is it like this? Mm. 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 これいらない。I don't need this. So we need like another. What the hell? Oh, sorry. How many? Too many points? What do you mean? This is what they wanted us to do? Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna just do that. Like, I'm not gonna get stuck here, man. Doing rectangles at any size. Is it something like this? Rectangle, right? Okay. Okay. I'm gonna continue. I'm not gonna think about it way too much. I'm not gonna you know, I think it is what it is, okay? So I might somewhat understand what is happening, somewhat I might not understand what is happening. It's just like the number part is very confusing, but I guess, like, you know, it's being fixed by some other areas. That's how you actually figure that out, I guess. Because I think in like a proper code, you're supposed to write it in that kind of form. Like this float right here, right? It's probably like there's a number or something that you can just put. You can add more shapes below. Draw this like that, for example, and then you just say this. Is that what it is? Yeah, let's not think about it so much right now. Yeah, so now we know that's parameters. So that's what parameters is. In these lessons, we'll take a look at variables. Variables is, yeah, one of the good one as well. In games, you need to keep track on many values that change over time. The player score, every characters or enemy health, the last checkpoint, and so much more. You need to store, retrieve, and update those values. We call those values variables. Variables are labels. Okay, yeah, player score, every characters and enemy's health, and last checkpoint. Okay, so we gotta keep tracks of many of the values that change over time. So much more, you need to store, retrieve, and update those values. We call these values variables. Variables are labels that you use to keep tracks of values that vary over time. Here's an example of variable tracking of a character's or monster health. Variables health 100% or 100, not percent, sorry. The line above defines the new variables named health and assigning the starting a value of 100. That's what is the equal sign does. More than that below. Function parameters, which you saw in the previous lessons, are another examples of variables. In these lessons, we will start using variables to build into Godot. They are a particular kind called member variables. Member variables are values that attach to game entity. They're useful properties like position, rotation, and scale of the characters. In the previous lessons, we saw how we use rotate, okay? To rotate out our characters, which is this thing right here. This function decrease value in entity rotation member variable. Says we want to reset the rotation to 0 and make the characters upright. Using the rotate function can prove difficult. You need to know the character's exact current angles to cancel it out. It's much easier to use the member variable rather than the function. The following code assigns the value 0 to the character rotation, resetting its angle and making it upright. Oh, because it's 0. Okay. Notice how we use the equal signs to change the value of variables. Yeah. What is variable? A label to use to keep track of the value that can change the decimal numbers. A label that you use to keep track of the values of, yeah. Variables is a label that you use to access values that change over time. You can use them to put names of value you want to reuse throughout your codes. It will make your code easier to read and to change. Assessing the sub variables with a dot. In video games, you'll see many members variables and sub values. For example, position we mentioned is 2 coordinate x and y. The same of the scales, it has x and y sub variables. They respectively controls the horizontals and vertical size of the game entity. To access those x and y subs components, you add a dot after the variable name. Function position dot x. I see. That's what it is. I made a timer function. When the timer stops when the boss dies, I grab a minute and second variables. I can use those variables to give you a gold or a silver medal depending on the variable value. I think variables I probably kind of understand much more easier because, you know, there's a lot of variables that you gotta use in the codes before, right? All the variables and stuff. Like, so it's kind of like, yeah, that's what the variables do. To keep tracks on stuff that can change over time. You can also use them to put in a name value that you want to reuse throughout your code. Okay. The codes below place an entity of 200 pixels in x-axis and 250 pixels on the y-axis. Notice how the equal signs is to assign the numbers on the right to the sub variables on the left. This is our sub variables, which is like x and y and stuff. Unlike in math, in computer programming, the equal sign does not mean is equal to. Instead, it means assign the result of the expression on the right to the variables on the left. So it's like on the right to the left. Okay, we assign the value. We assign the value so often in the code we prefer to reserve the equal sign for that. I really thought it's just like position like this equal to like 200, just like math. But now it says like it's more like assign, like you got a value that you assign to this or something like that, which is okay. It's kind of like, it kind of feel like the same thing, but maybe it's not as well. In game, the y-axis is positive, y-axis is positive going down, and okay, the x positive is going right. Note that in games, assuming your character's position start from 0, 0, the codes above move the entity 200 pixels to the right and 250 pixels down. In math, the y-axis is generally positive going up by convention. The convention is opposite in video games and many computer applications. The y-axis is positive going down. So the y-axis is going down. What's the y-axis going downward? This may be confusing if you only saw the y-axis pointing up in math class. However, in math, axis goes in any direction. They don't even have to be perpendicular. On the computer, the position is 0, 0, so happens to correspond to the top left of the computer screen. It then makes sense to the coordinates to be positive when going towards to the bottom right. Oh, I see. So it starts from the top. That's why it's like, okay. This leads to another question. Why is position 0 on top of the left screen? It's due to the computer and TV display history that you could calculate display pixels starting from the top left corner and moving towards to the bottom right corner. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I get it. Thank you so much. I mean, like, yeah, it's a nice info. Thank you. That's why it's moved downwards. I see. Let's look at the one last examples before moving to the practice. The following codes makes the character 1.5 times bigger. Scale So this thing is assigned to this. So if I make it bigger, then it will be bigger. So this thing's like 1.5 scales to. Ooh. Also in 3D, z-axis is up. Like jumping and launching or sinking down below. Yeah. 3D they got the z-axis as well, which is a bit confusing. Let's say when you watch that video, if you use the 3D tutorials, they usually did teach this as well. But they do actually cut short to make the video much more engageable and easier to understand. So, like sometimes reading something like this is also good, I would say. Right. Okay. How do you assess sub-variables? Variables often hold sub-variables like positions as two sub-variables x and y. How do you assess the x, for example? You write an arrow between the variables. You write a dot, like a slash. I think a dot, right? Between the variable and the sub, because this one I got a dot. Just like this. I got a dot. To access a sub-variable, you need to write a dot between the parent variable name and the sub-variable name. Yes. For example, the to access this x sub-variable of the position variable, you will write position dot x, position dot y, position dot z. Okay. That's gonna be more stuff. In the future lesson, we explain why and how those variables and sub-variables have sub-variables. For now, just know you can use the dot to assess them. I think there's a lot of stuff like this where they just like don't really explain every single thing, so they just try to keep it, easier to like understand, or easier, not really understand, but easier to approach, I would say. Like just a thing just now, right? Like I think the one with that parameters, I think parameters is a bit confusing because of the numbers part, like the value that they have, like where do you get those value from? It's like that's a bit confusing for me. But I feel like maybe in the future they will actually put out an example and they will explain you how those things works properly. So they just want you to understand what is parameters first, and I think that's how they approach on that. In future lesson we explain why and how. Okay, for now just know that you can use dot to access them. We will tell you which variables have subcomponents and what their names are. In the next lessons, you will create your own variables and do operations on them to add or move score, health, your name on. For now, let's practice assessing variables. Ooh, they got two stuff. Okay. Draw a rectangle 200 by pixels, 180 at the x, 120 at the x. Y we're gonna assign with this. Draw a rectangle. You need to replace the number of the code editor to draw a correct triangle. I think I got to do the one just now, right? Like height and stuff. Do I need to put the float at 200 or something? Because I need to draw, so which means I do the same thing again. Move. Wait, what? Wasn't it something like this? Is that what it is? No? I have no idea what the hell is this supposed to be. Yeah, I know about this. 'Cause that's what it says. Pass number 200 and 120. What is it supposed? Wait, what? Just like that? Wait, what? Just like that? The function just go for it. Position X and position Y. Okay, yeah, I mean, like, sure. Sure, not gonna overthink it. Okay, okay. Okay, you know what? Draw 3 squares at a different position. Size 100 by 100 that are 100 pixels horizontals and stuff. So wait, what? I'm already like kind of blurred now. From what we remember just now, yeah, yes, confirmed. Let's just you gotta write the position stuff, right? Okay, the positions and stuff like that. That's what it is. Positions and stuff like that. Okay. Write your code inside the run. Rectangle. Hundred, I guess. Is that what it is? Oh. So I need to draw 3 times, so which means I gotta get this 3 times. Is it just really that straightforward? Shapes are not separated by 100 pixels on the x-axis. $100 what? You need to move the turtle in by 200 pixels in total. I don't get it. Like, what? You need to change the turtle X position before drawing each square. To change the position to 100 pixels from the X axis. Originally you got X 100, yeah, you can write position Y 100 to move. I don't get how you can actually shape it apart. 200. What is it? Like, what is it? 200? What do you want me to do? I have no idea. I'm just gonna put the solution now. Oh, you gotta do it like that? That is so interesting. What the? I never expected that is what I need to do. I thought it's like much simpler than whatever it is. So it's like position dot x, and then you just, can I get rid of this? Like, never mind, it's there forever. So that's so interesting. I see. So this is how you assign where you are. So that's what it means by you gotta get 200 pixels in total to move the thing around somewhere. But draw 3 squares 100 by 100 that are 100 pixels apart on the horizontal axis. In other words, there should be a 100 pixel gap between 2 squares. So that's why it's like, damn. Okay. Oh shit, I clicked the wrong button. Okay. That is so interesting. Oh, I see. That's what it was. That is interesting. That is really interesting. Okay. I like, yeah, I totally don't understand. Like, probably I don't understand the goals around here. That's why I was like, I didn't even know that's what they want me to do. That's why they have the float position thing. Man. Okay. Let's just continue moving. Things are getting harder now. Like, it's really getting harder right now. Holy shit. Okay, now I am in the 8, defining your own variables. Okay. In the previous lessons, you used to predefine members' variable name position. In your projects, you will need to define your own variables. Imagine that you need to track the player health in your game. They may start with 5 health point, then taking a hit, and the health point goes down to 4, then another hit, 3, and so on. To keep track on that, you need to create a variable named health, to which you add to and subtract points. My first piece of code was having a ball bounce around on screen. Then I add more balls. My first code was like just write hello world, I guess. Like, there's this Brackeys code, and I used that, and it was very good. Like the one I showed you before, right? Like this one right here. It teaches you how to make gacha as well, to be honest, because you can use the random thing, and then you can build up gachas from that. That's what I remember from that though. But again, like, I don't really quite like understand fully, but I did go through it like 2 times, like the whole video again and again. But I think this one right here, they have like all this homework and stuff. It's really good. So, you know. But then again, maybe I need to go through it again and again at times as well. But maybe that's not what it is. You don't really need to get to know everything. I think you just need to get to use. At the end of the day, like, my goal is to make a game. So, like, you know, I need a basic fundamental understanding of, like, roughly, I would say for now, what is what. Then if I can get to understand more by looking at other people's codes and stuff, like, oh, that's what that is. Like, I like it when I was like doing, like, I was so, like, you know, like half a year ago, like during December, I remember, because I was watching so many coding things, GDScript, this and that. There's this shorts that's like a dude just asking one dude like about Python, and because I don't learn Python, I learn GDScript, right? So it was like, what is wrong with this thing? And I was like, I think it lost 1 comma, like in that video of that, and I was like, I know that's like something is wrong there, and then when they said the answer, and it was right, and even though that you like couldn't actually figure out, it's like so hard to like figure out that that colon is gone or something like that, and so it feels good, right? I just wanted to say it feels good, like you understand, like, oh, solving like a programming problem is actually pretty fun. That's when I felt like, you know, it's kind of interesting, because it's one step towards to become a hacker man, I guess. Jeffu the hacker man. So yeah, you know, that's that. The example introduces a print function. Ooh, okay, which output the arguments on to the output box on the left. Okay, run 4. How can I do something about this? Debugger help 4. What the hell is this step thing? What? Never mind. The argument output of the lab, click on the function, or however, yeah. The debugger panels on the bottom shows the current value of the health variable. Because it -1 health, so it's 4. Okay. After executing the first 2 lines of code, you have a health variable storing the value of 4. Yeah, because you printed that out. So yeah, that's what happens there. You got a 5, you minus 1, and you got 4. Okay, below we'll break down how you define new variables and explain the print function. Defining a variable. Well, I don't like debugging, but it helps. You can print your variables to make sure things works. Defining variables. You must first define it so the computer registers names. To do so, you start a line of codes of var, variables, var, keyword followed by the desired variable's name, like fun stand for function, var stand for variable. Variable have a case sensitive, which means health, and health are technically different variables. Yes. So be careful to use the same capitalism whenever you refer to the same variables. If you could be reading and writing in different variables. Yeah, I had some problems with that, like before when I was like doing all those like tutorials video game. Like I did actually this mistake. Like I did not caps it and stuff like that. So I think that's usually what this debugging is, right? Sometimes you just didn't put that in. You just put like you didn't realize that's what you put. Like with functions or member variable names must be unique inside a given code file. Creating two variables next to each other with the same name will cause an error. Ooh. Okay. To use variable, you need to assign it the starting values. You can do so using an equal sign. The code sign the value to 100 in a new variable named health. Like sometimes this is where it becomes like the problem when you think about health. So you're gonna use health and then you can't put 2 of it. What happened to like different unit that you have? Is it like gonna be like a different, like a total different scene? I think probably that's gonna separate so many scenes. So I think that's why you have the what do you call that again? Like the one that they use with the what is that called again? Like no, I don't think if I go here you can see that. So let me just go to project, quick project please. Oh yeah, I don't have that anymore. Is it around here? Like the group thing, right? I think. What the hell is this? Oh, this is like a game that I was trying to just create and just test shit. Never mind then. This is not it. This is definitely not. But I don't think I have that anymore somewhere. Mob spawner. I forgot what is it called, but we are gonna do that later on. I'm going to do that later on. Enemy class stuff, right? Then we gotta use the classes thing. Well, it's fine. Let's just not think about it right now. I have these variables. I show visibility. You can only tell by the glow of the sword, so I would print the value on the screen to make sure it works. Every time I press R2, the value goes down. So I make sure the value doesn't get screwed up and stay at 0, and it becomes really high by printing on the screen. Really? What? Wait. Where was I just now? I think I'm around here somewhere. But I think that's like a proper way to like really code. Not proper way, like a very, I think like the so-called optimization that people says is like how you actually code your game, right? I think usually that's just what it is. So like instead of you write like a lot of extra stuff, but like, you know, you use like one by one, there's a lot of shortcuts that you can use and it still works. and it just take lesser processing power from the PC because it reads less things. And I think maybe that's one of the optimization thing that you can actually think of, I guess. To use variable, you want to assign its starting value. You can do so using a cosine. Okay, I think I'm here, right? The cosine value is 100 due variable name health. Okay. After defining your health, you assess the value of writing variable name. 100. Print. I did all this in that code thing just now before. So you know, it's nice to see it happens here. But during that time I was so confused about the print thing. I was like, why do you want this print thing? When do you actually use that? How is this print thing like going to work? I remember just being very confused with the print thing. The code above the display number 100 to put some output window. Notice we don't use the variable keyword, like the var keyword anymore, as we just need to define a variable. Also, once you define a variable, you can change this value anytime in the equal sign. I mean, when you create a variable on top, right? The print function is generally the first function you learn in academic programming courses. It sends prints the message or value you give it to some output window, often a black window with a plain white text. Programmers often use print to quickly check the value of their variables when the game runs. In the app, you made a special output window that captures call to prints, okay, and display the card to make it friendlier for you. Hey there, print, hey there. Yeah. Here the word print means to send information to display on screen. But that's the thing, right? Because each time when I put print, it's not like it's gonna show you in front of the screen. It's just gonna show you down underneath here. It's not like it's gonna happen here. It's just gonna happen here. The print thing. So I was like so confused with the print thing before, and that's one of the reason why I felt so lost. I think it was with this one right here that I gotta learn all the codes and stuff through that, and you got like a lot of the prints and stuff, right? And I forgot this press button thing. What did I do with that press button thing? It's probably that it's like a button function that I probably did before, and I used the button function to do the print, like to act as like a print thing, I guess. And that's why when I like so-called gotcha, so it's like print and random number and whatever. But right now everything is being scrapped, like it's being refreshed. Because like after you finish the whole code thing, because they just want you to teach you each code different codes and stuff like that. So that's why it's like now it's nothing in here. But all the things that I did before, like the buttons and stuff, like all the scenes or the nodes are still around. So yeah. Yeah, like I said, move right, negative 1, 0, 1. Instead of move right, stay still, move left, and adding function. To tick consumes performance too, because it run the function every second. An early version of my demo show hello and goodbye on screen every time you parry in a game. Oh, that's why you got like the print thing. But like again, right? The print thing doesn't happen like that in Godot or in coding. That's why it's a bit different, I guess. So yeah, because I was checking picture of perfect parry works, like regular parry print goodbye. I was like, no, I had to make a quick patch and disable it. Yeah, definitely. But I guess yeah, there's a lot of people keep using the print to get to see what is really happening there, right? I don't know. I probably need to practice more in order to actually even get a fraction to understand how it feels like to print a lot or something like that. As we hinted above, the GDScript variable works like a bit of labels. Assigning a value to variables is like taking your labels variables and sticking up into some items the value. Like supermarket has a database of product labels. The computer keeps a list of all variables in your codes. The variable name, the computer can look up to the attached value. It has important consequences. In GDScript, you can stick that label to any other value. This is some text. Variable health equal, this is some text. Then print health, then you are printing, this is some text, because this some text is applied to, what do you call this again? Applied to or something, right? Applied to health. Is that what it is? It's not equal to, what did they say before? So yeah. They're both correct, sticking a label of an appropriate item and sticking it up to the wrong things. At line 2, health variable holds the number. From the line 3, health holds a text. The computer will let you do that. The code syntax and grammars are correct, but it's no good. Variable names should describe the value they contain, so a health variable with a text value will confuse your future self and other coders. It could also cause error in your game. Later on, we'll see how to avoid this issue with variable types. For now, let's practice creating variables. Let's go. That's it. Yeah, I know variables. I mean, like, this is something that I did before, so yeah. Adding and subtracting. Okay, so we're gonna subtract stuff and adding stuff. On our character in our game, we have health by defining a health variables. The higher the character health, the further away the player is from losing the game. Health that change add tensions to the game, especially if player is fighting with low health. It's a resource that the player should manage carefully. The character health might get a low if an enemy attacks them and fall into a hole. You can create a function to represent damage in these cases. Okay. Yeah, I did this before as well. Take damage thing on the GDScript code video. Yep. Health manage equal amount. Take damage amount. Take damage. This is the amount. So we pass the amount damage to robot to take it as a parameter. So that's why I put a parameter there. Line to subtract amounts from health. Note that the syntax achieve this is a shorthand we often use. You can also use a longer form. Both of the lines have the exact same effect. They both subtract the value amount of the health variables. So this is it. That's why they use this. Health equal health minus amount. So you subtract it. So health subtract. Notice how the health your robot goes 0. You will see how the manage the future lessons using conditions. So when I fix the problem, live stop spamming, so the print help. So that's how you use print, I guess. I mean, like, print is like a test, right? You just test it, like whether it works or not. But I don't think it's actually really used in game. Not pretty sure though. You may notice the health of the robot goes to below 0. We will see how manage How to manage this in the future lessons using conditions. The robot health could increase instead if the player picks up an item that heals them, or if they use a healing item. Heal. Ooh. Plus. This is add. So you add. Here again, the health goes beyond 100. Yeah. And once more, with the short line health, add equal amount is equivalent to the longer of health equal health plus amount. Which of these will increase the health of the robot? In the following practices, you will code take damage and heal function so the robot health can decrease and increase. Damaging the robot. Take damage. Health. Sorry, it's a wrong word. 25, is that what it is? Was it not like this? What was it again? Shit, I gotta see it again. You gotta put amount? It's not the number. Okay, never mind that. I'm sorry, that's my bad. It's not the number. So it's like the amount is 50. It's already predetermined there, so it's like okay. So this is the weird thing about the game dev. It's standard to take damage on the enemy codes rather than deal damage from the player side. yeah, that's true. That's true. Like you got like a different kind of way to actually mention it, but then again, this is like all language. So, you know, we always say deal damage because it's like, I think it's like there is take damage before as well. It's still understandable. I did use take damage because like it's like a, so that's how much damage I take, you know, something like that. I did use that in that way. I think it's just like I don't know. I think it's just like you do use both, even on the player side. Deal damage. I deal this much damage. I take this much damage. But wait, what? The weird thing is about the game there's a standard to take damage on the enemy codes. I think that's like the whole thing, right? Do they have like deal damage? I think it's just one type, like take damage, that's it. So I think probably the perspective is like you're at the whoever or whatever variable they are, so you are now at that position, so it's like I'm taking the damage. So whatever variable it is, whatever, like if it's like enemy, if it's this and that, whatever, then it's like you're that during that, so that's why they use take, I guess. I don't know. It's weird, but it's time to heal a robot. So function heal. Okay. heal? Is that just it? Write a function called heal that takes amount as a parameter. Wait, what? I have no idea how to do this at all. Define the heal function. Oh, I gotta make a function called heal. Is that what it is? I have no idea what I should write. What the hell? Yeah, this is what I'm thinking, but this is so wrong. Is this right? What the hell is this? Heal the right amount. How do you do the float thing again? Ja, sorry, ja. I don't know, man. I gotta use the solution. Oh, it's opposite. I did it opposite. Health. Oh yeah. It makes so much sense because the amount, yeah, you are implying the amount to the health, not the health to the amount. Like, ah, shit, that's, yeah. That's totally my bad. I was like, I didn't see it properly. You gotta, you gotta put the amount to the health. Oh boy. Yeah, math and perspective are all weird for my game. I need to have a really high defense variable for the enemy to take more damage. 0 means she's invincible. 30,000 means I can one-shot it? Wait, what? Maybe you need to tweak around with the numbers? That's like a huge gap though. Nope. Yeah, I mean, I kind of got it right. I did the wrong side. So okay, the game loop. So we're gonna do until the game loop, and then we can move on with some tutorials and stuff. And yeah, man. I mean, like things are getting hard, like really hard. It takes longer for me to really get into the learning process. It takes me 2 hours to get 5 part of this. That is crazy. The last time it only take me around like what 1 hour or so or something. As we see in Godot has a function to do a certain action. For example, the show and hide function change the visibility of things. We can also create our own function to make a custom effects like adding on and removing health to a character. Adding or removing health to a character. Godot also has a special function that you can customize or add to. Take the underscore process function. Process delta rotate this. Okay, the process function gets its name because it does calculation on continuous action. Yes, this is the most code that I see in most of the project. The process function from all the tutorials that I get through before, they are yes. They all have that, I guess. The physics process or any kind of process, I guess. Function add point. Enter body. This is like the kill zone thing that when you pass by you die. But they don't have much process here, but you know, you get what I'm trying. Yeah, function process. Finally. Finally. Okay, this is something similar now. Something familiar, I mean. Okay. The process function gets its names because it does calculations and continuous action. It's like a juicer factory of processes juice bottles. The bottles are always moving along the conveyor belt while the different machines operate on them. I'm gonna be honest, man. I'm so exhausted right now. Like my brain is like there's smoke coming out. That's how I feel. And it's getting a bit like overwhelming. Function enter body what? You know code. Enter body is like there's a body that you gotta enter it, so that's why it's called enter body. Which is like, okay, you got like a you get a collision site, right? You put a collision. So your body entered this area, then it will start to, you know, do something. So for example, you want to make a death zone, kill zone or anything like that. So you put out the collision, you put everything there, and then now you have to put the code. It's like enter body, which is like another stuff that you gotta click outside from the Godot, and it will enter the body. So it's not really just you know, but it's kind of hard like that, I would say. So that's how that function works, right? Okay, the process functions get calculations are okay. Like the machine is similar to Godot. This function can run hundreds of times in seconds. Yes, that's why it is so well well I wouldn't say optimized, like very good processing power. Like it doesn't really, it's not a demanding engine, and that's why I think I like it as well. How many parameters does this function take? One. What are you? What? The process function takes 1 parameters. Delta. We look at what delta is next in lessons, but we will show you how to use it. Delta is like stale, right? Like something like that. The process function won't do anything until we add something to it. We might notice that the underscore in front of the function name. This is a convention programmer used to coordinate words. It only makes sense once you experience coding in Godot. Yeah, it doesn't really, I mean, like, just use whatever they said, right? Like, that's how the language is. Don't question it. For now, all you need to know is the function exists in your code, and it is called precisely underscore process. Then Godot will automatically run it in every frame. When Godot draws on screen, you'll call that a frame. Is this the same with other engine? Other engine uses different names like updates or something, I guess. I see. So in Godot, they use process. Why is the process function useful? It's perhaps to see the process functions in action. Take a following example. Process. We got the rotate, but it's kept doing the 0.05. Damn. We set the process true. When you click the button set process true, you activate the processing on the robot. From there, every frame Godot runs the process function. Since we wrote a rotate instruction, Godot is rotating the characters by 0.05 radian many times a second. How often does a process function run? Multiple times a second. Yes, the faster your computer, the more times process will run. Godot will try and run process as quickly as it can. This makes sure any movement and animation looks smooth and fluid. Ooh. In the practice, you will learn how to use process function to rotate and move your character yourself. Rotating a character continuously. So now I already start doing this. Damn, that's crazy. Oh. Is that what it is? Wait, what? Oh, I didn't do the rotate. Am I doing this wrong? Is it just like this? It is just like this. Okay, that's good, that's good. Okay, create circular movement. Make the robot move in large circles slowly by rotating it and simultaneously moving it along its x direction. To add this, add rotate and move local. Is it just like this? Okay. That's it? Oh yeah, it's time delta. Okay, now something else. Okay, never mind. I'll keep that some other times, okay? So yeah, we got until the game loop. So with the process thing, that's what it actually teaches. Oh, that's a lot of. I never expected that it would take longer than I expected. Holy shit, man! So process is kind of like a take when you run a function in every take. Is that like a Unreal Engine thing? Take, that's what they call it. Hundreds of OD times a second is a bad optimization. Usually you want to take a timer unless you really need to run it that fast. I think in Godot it's really different the way that it works. So the process thing is really like, it's just. I think it's like a thing that just keep moving on. For example, I think like the one just now that we saw, like this one or whatever, right? Oh shit! I gotta use a controller for this shit. But you can see like this thing is moving and stuff like that. It's all because of the process as well, actually. So yeah, and the slime, they just keep moving. Like there's like enemy that just keep moving left and right or whatnot. So those are from the process. Those are what they are. What they do, right? Like physics ticks, right? I think like what you said just now. Call on each other ideal frames prior to rendering and after physics ticks has been processed. Delta is the time between frames in second. Delta is the time between frames in second, I say. This only call processing is enabled for this node, which is done automatically if this method is overridden and can be toggled with set process. Processing happens in order of process priority. Lower priority values are called first. Nodes with same priorities are processed in tree order, on top or to bottom as seen in editor, also known as pre-order traversal. Correspond to the notification process, notification of object notification. This method is called if the node is present. If the node is present in the scene tree, it's not an often. Man, there's so many words that I don't even actually. What? When the engine is struggling and the frame rate is lowered, delta will increase. When delta is increased, it's capped at its maximum of the engine time scale. Engine max physics steps per frame, engine physics ticks per second. As a result, accumulated delta may not be present in real time. I think that's why they have the delta thing all the time in front, so that it doesn't really loop too much or whatever that is, I guess. So call every frames. Delta is the elapsed time since the previous frame. The butterfly. Yeah, it is what it is. I think coin. Okay, this is using the animator. This is using an add point for the game manager. Yeah. This is like, because like just now I told you just now with the kill zone, you enter the body, so this is what it is. And then this is like the timer on like when it reload the scene to become like reset. So it does really have all the stuff, I guess. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think it's still pretty cool, right? That's just what it is. Maybe I can make more with this thing right here. I think like, I don't know. Yeah, just make a Mario game. Would be kind of fun as well. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna watch another videos on that thing, and I kind of want to go with this one just a tiny bit, so let's just go with like a few things here before I really end. I'm like I'm kind of like, wow, overwhelmed right now. I'm kind of like, I'm done. I'm kind of exhausted with the energy consumed by that understanding coding part just now. Whew. That was insane. Really takes a lot of energy. God damn. Okay. Let me go back to here. Yeah, let's just do some, right? Let's just do some. We're gonna proceed a little bit with the tutorials and stuff. Yeah, let's go with that. So let's see what happened next. So now in this one right here, I have the spawner and everything, right? So we got the spawner spawning in real fast, and they can just stop us. So usually in a survivor game, you don't really collide with the enemy. So we gotta set the things into like a different thing. So on the player, we have the collision part, so we can set this collision to 2 or something like that. Or we can set the enemy to 2. Apparently they didn't want us to set the player. So now if I go and test the scene, it will not go through me and block me up. I can go through. Get away, get away, get away. Woo! So it doesn't collide with me, but I think like we can put in some sort of collision that when it passes through us, we take damage or something later on. But yeah, it makes sense, right? I think like in I don't think there is blockage in a Vampire Survivor type game. But you know, we still gonna take a long time until we reach there. Okay. Script. We're gonna create a new script and name it enemy type. And make it inherit resource. So we're gonna name every weird thing around here now. Variable title string. Okay. Let's just put your texture and texture 2D. Ooh. Float. This could be the health. And this one damage, and this one is float. And I guess this is like usually what they do. They export the health and stuff, right? So that when you can actually have like, because you export the thing, you have like a weird thing down at the side here with like a kind of like code or something that you can just interact with their health and different enemy with different health or something like that in this kind of way, instead of just health, damage or whatever. You know, they just have the whole thing separated into the class name, I guess. Probably that's what it is. Hey, Roberto Wim, welcome to the stream. How's it going? I'm getting a bit of a headache. It is just what it is. So set class, set the different properties for the enemies. Okay, so the class name is enemy, so we can set the different properties for the enemies around here. And create resource around here. What are we doing? We're learning how to make video games. And I'm just learning Godot right now. I think that's just what this is. So this is Godot, and I am doing, there's this game or channel called 16-Bit Dev that has a tutorial on making a survival game, because my goal is to make a 3D survival game like Megabomb, but it's waifu. So I'm trying to learn as much video game, especially I want to focus more on survivor type of game a lot so I get familiarized with the system itself. So that's exactly what I'm doing right now. But this is really, what the hell does it mean? Okay, I think I got it now. This is where we use the group, I guess. You're gonna put this texture in. Sorry about that. There is. God damn it! Things are getting so complicated today. Did I messed up some stuff? Okay, you know what? Maybe I am fine. I'm not sure. Okay. I just need that, right? I just need that trusting. I just need that, maybe. So now I have another one called cube. And just put in the cube, I guess. Okay. Eye Lakes. That's an interesting name, I would say. Triple. Okay, we just use a copy paste there, and then we got an eye goes. And now we're gonna test the enemy out. Okay, with a folder. Set folder color to red, I guess. Oh no, sorry, set it to blue. So go to the enemy. And get to the enemy, and then create a new variable, and then put type, and then equals, and then enemy. Okay, colon set value. Equals to type. Equal value. And then with the sprite 2D dot texture equal value dot texture. So we set their variable to store enemy resource that updates 2D sprites. Okay. Get back to spawner. got here, and over here we can make a new one. Export variables, enemy types. Okay. In spawner, declare variables to store array of enemy. So get to the spawner. There's an enemy types here. So we put it 5. So that we can put all those enemies in here, I guess. So we're gonna drag and drop all the stuff from the resource. From the eye. Where do you drop this actually? Cube? Was it like eye lakes? And then triple, and then eye goes. Okay. I find all assets with a left and right blue. Wait, what? Left and right blue and versus red bars. I have an idea of add that to DK game mode where you can prevent ruptures from entering an area, and when your blue bar is higher, you win. Oh, you mean the one just now with that weird, like you can play it in DK as well? That's actually not bad. Those are okay. Those are pretty fun. Okay, I think I did the enemy. Now I have the different enemies. Okay, now I have to go to spawner and get back down below here and to the instance here, to the spawn instance here. I gotta put some spawn enemy instance dot type equal enemy types. Oh straight, what the hell? Enemy types, and then minutes. Okay. Each minute will be a different wave of enemy. That's what this is, apparently. Okay. So if you go to the, I mean, like, let's just save it right now. Go to the test scene and click test. And now I have a different enemy. We might need to wait for a long time until the second enemy comes because I put 60 seconds for the different enemy to appear. So we might be surrounded by a bunch of, you know what, I'm just gonna change it for now. Is it spawner? Is it enemy? Like this one right here, right? Okay, let's go and test it out. During 10 seconds, I should be having another batch of enemy. Okay. And then another 10 more seconds, I should have another 1 minute, so another batch of enemy. Nice. It works. This is the part where I stopped the last time and I was like, you know, learning and shit. And then I don't know why from here I decided like, you know what, I need to make a waifu. And I go into Blender and get myself destroyed with that. Because the thing about it's not like I get destroyed that Blender is hard or whatnot. It's just that Blender did not have any good tutorial that I feel, you know, it's I mean, like it's suitable for, like normally it's suitable. It's like it's like, you know, around my, like, you know, understanding or something like that, I would say. Does it change? Is it just stick to the blue color thing forever? It never changed after this. So I think probably you need like a different code to make it loop or something like that. That is interesting. Okay. So let me go back to, like, you know, 60 seconds here, because 1 minute is 60 seconds, okay? Declare a damage on enemy. So let's go to enemy. And variable damage float. And here I'm gonna add some damage as well. Equal value dot damage, apparently. So you gotta go to the resource, you click all these guys. Oh, this is where it is. So the damage can be 3 on this one. What the hell? 3. I is 1. I mean, I probably we can just put it any 1v1, right? Okay. Five, 7, I think this is 7. I'm gonna put this 9. Wait, that is 9? This is 7? I mean, I better follow the tutorials better. So this is 9. Okay. Do not put hitbox in enemy nodes. Keep it lightweight. Okay. keeping enemy lightweight because hundreds of them are spawning. So I see. So this is like a way of optimization here that I've been teaching you. So instead of you putting the enemy to have more stuff, you just make them lightweight. So this is just exactly what the enemy is. So I guess they have like a different method, because I think like most of it they put like a hit. Like if you make a different type of game, you or it's not like a bullet hell or whatever, I guess. Like you don't have much stuff on your screen. Maybe putting a collision from here and you take damage by getting hit from here should be a thing. But at this case is that I think you just put in like a different kind of way, like add a hitbox to the players and call it self damage. Wow. Okay, that's good. So we go to the player. So I will add an area thing around here. Okay. And name it self damage. Okay, this is where I put damage, man. And you add collision to the self damage. I think the collision thing is still the same, so oh shit, what the hell. So that's the shape. This is the shape. This is the shape. Yeah. Okay. And then we're gonna signal this when you enter the body. So we're gonna get to the node, enter body. So it's like body entered, node 2D. And just press connect. So variable health. So float equal 100. So I have 100 health. So I need to add a new function. Take damage. Amount. Oh, that's the amount thing. Hey, just now they did teach us that. We did learn that just now. Look at that. We already start taking into what we learned just now into uses. And then we have to put print amount. Damn. Awesome. Damn it. Okay. Okay. So we gotta put this into take damage. Make sure the hitbox is at 2 as well, is what it is. Make sure the hitbox is masking enemy layer. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Okay. Add a progress bar. This is the health, if I'm not wrong. So get to the 2D and close this. Why is it so big? Why is this so smooth? Look at their size. They can just make it like the small value size there. What the hell, bro? What the hell, bro? Come on, give me smaller size as well, bro. If not, I gotta put it at the side because it's. I am using their shape, so no way it's like. Do I have to make it bigger? Where's my progress bar? Can't be put. That is so shit. Let me go here. No, it's not. It's not in a layer or anything, right? It's not like it's it's in the collision. It's straight ahead from to the player. Oh yeah, can I set it from here? Layout? Is it layout? I can't make this small. Layout, custom minimum size. This is the minimum size. This is so big, man. If it becomes a screen, I do get it. Like it's kind of small. But why is it so small? Maybe I need to make it bigger now. But if I make it bigger, everything gotta be bigger, like around 40 or something, I guess. Then I need to resize everything again, which I forgot which one is which. Probably the enemy as well. Or the enemy could just stay, but the enemy will become small, but then I will become big. This is supposed to be a health, if I'm not wrong. But it's so... I can't adjust this smaller. Like I just want to make it like that, right? Why is it unable to go down? There gotta be a reason why I could not turn this down. I can't put it 10. I don't know. Maybe you know what? I'm kind of wasted as well, man. I probably got to think this next time. Oh man, it's so bad. I couldn't sleep. Even just now I couldn't sleep after I streamed the first part. I was like, yeah, I deal with the anchor and sizing issues with UI in Unreal Engine 2. Yeah, I don't know why is it like doesn't let me go down. Like, why is it locking that? Is it like the font? Is that the font big? Like, what is happening here? I don't understand it at all. I guess that's important because someone's play your games in a different resolution. It will appear as an unintended area. Yeah. Come on. Where should... Let me make it small. What kind of stupid shit I have like a... Why is it so goddamn big? We still have to make cameras and stuff, like the camera follow the characters or something like that. I think maybe this is fine. I'm just gonna go ahead and say this is fine. Might be a bit too big, but you know what? Fuck it, I guess it's fine. Oh boy. So yeah, you might be anchored somewhere. That's why the size is screwed. You are parented somewhere. I guess so. Oh boy. It's so big. Am I anchored to top left? Is that what it is? Oh. We better don't touch this anchor, I guess. Since it's anchor. Yep. What happened if you make the health bar completely by itself and not under the player tab? I don't know, because the tutorials is teaching me under the player tab, so yeah, I mean I can do a new, probably a scene, and then just make a health bar. Probably I have to assign it to the player and shit like that, but it's like a different kind of thing that I gotta deal with. Maybe I can put the health just like on top or down below or anything like that. I think I can do that, but it's just gonna be like a whole total different thing that I'm not familiar with, and it doesn't go align with the tutorial, so it's gonna make me, you know, just struggle, as I would say. But you know what? I'm kind of tired today. I'm probably gonna stop, but we're gonna watch one video again. I always said we're gonna watch one video, and then we're gonna call it, right? That's what it is. That's what it is, bro. I guess it's fine. I don't know. I guess it's fine. Ouch. Ouch. I mean, like, it's fine. Yeah, maybe if we make it too small, then you can't see it. That's why they don't let you do that or something. Maybe it's just... I feel like the size that I have and the updated... Because, like, this tutorial is really long ago. It's like a very long ago tutorial. So it's not what happens right now. So it's like, it could be from Godot 4, but it's like early stage of Godot 4 kind of stuff. And so what I have right now is like the probably like the latest version, or the second latest version or something. That's why it's different. Like if you see here, you can see it's like a bit different, right? Like I have game. Like I have game here. So this is the thing that people back in the day when they complain about Godot is that when you want to make a game, you want to test play while you also making the game, and I heard that you could not do that back in the day, but now you can just click the button and you can just test the game and stuff, right? So that's what you can do nowadays. So that's the different part of it from what I know. But of course you gotta have like a proper scene, like you gotta assign a scene, a main scene. Like for example, if I press play around here, you gotta assign a scene. Then when you have a proper scene, then when you click game, it can go to that side of the game. So yeah, could be font size. Yeah, I think it could be font size. I'm not sure, but it should be fine. Should be fine. I'm gonna stop here and react to some videos, and then after that we can just move on, right? Next video. I'm not sure what the hell is the next video. A Star is Born. Oh yeah, yesterday you said that the 3D games thing. I did read that, but isn't I'm not sure what kind of 3D games you're talking about, but Smash Brothers is 3D. So or you're talking about the game camera view, like 2D or 3D or something. But I still feel like the stop here could actually works on 3D game as well, definitely. Like it's just about impact, I feel, right? When you do something, you just stop it a bit, and then. But I think it's like on 3D games, it's just more about like you get that effect. Okay, let's go with the Kirby. I think that's the next video that I gotta watch, right? That's just what it is. So let's go and watch that. Oh boy, damn. I'm gonna throw this back in here so that I don't really lose you again. Get away. Pause. Okay, where is that? Okay, over here. Let's go and watch this. So get rid of this. And yeah. Kirby's Dream Land game concept. Yeah, why not? Learning about Kirby a bit, I guess.
この企画コンセプトのカテゴリーでは、私自身がディレクターをしてきたゲームのコンセプトも順番にお話ししていきたいと思います。
Okay.
せっかくですからね。制作背景や企画に対して考えたあらゆることを披露するというより、芯となる部分だけをシンプルにお伝えしようかなと。本来語り尽くせないところをざっくり1話にまとめます。短くまとめるなりにも他と比べて少しボリュームが大きくなりそうですが、ご了承ください。
No, it's just a 5 minutes video. It's pretty short.
今回は最初の星のカービィについて。私がディレクターをした初めてのソフトです。デビュー作
1992。
最初の企画書を書いたのは19歳の時でした。
Okay.
他のソフトの制作を手伝った後、遅れて開発を進めることになります。今ほどリスクとリターンについてしっかりと考えていたわけではないのですが、なんとなく敵を利用するのは楽しいと思っていました。なぜこれが楽しかったのかについてはこのチャンネルで解説していきますが、リスクとリターンがあり、
All these games, weirdly enough, I'm gonna say it, man. I have played all of them. All of them.
表裏一体になっているからです。なおロックマンは倒したボス敵の武器を使いますが、これは敵を利用するというよりはクリア後に武器が増えるというニュアンスに近いので少し違います。星のカービィの企画の場合、その場にいる敵をより簡単な方法で利用することができないかと考えました。最初は舌で絡め取るような仕様を考え、最終的には吸い込み吐き出しというアクションに仕立てています。舌で絡め取るというとヨッシーを思い出しますが、企画段階ではまだ登場していませんでした。もう一つの特徴、カービィが飛行できるのは体力性のゲームにおいて落ちるとワンミスになるのは重いと考えたからです。敵に触れるのと崖から落ちるのと比較してもそんなに悪いことをしていないにもかかわらず 多くのアクションゲームでは体力制でも崖から落ちると即死でした。そこでワンミスであることはそのままにしましたが、飛行することでパスできるようにしました。同時に敵もパスできるけど、ゲームボーイの画面はまあ狭いことだし簡単になっても良いかなと。吸い込みも飛行もゲームをより簡単にリスクを減らせるという方向性で考えているということになります。つまりゲームは面白くなくなっていく可能性があるわけですが、実際初代カービィはゲーム初心者に向けた調整をしています。これは開発中もそれで良いのかと何度も言われましたが、いいのだとして私は推し進めました。私がゲーム業界に入ろうとしていた頃、あるいは制作中はファミコン末期でした。ファミコンゲームには初期はともかく全体的にかなり難しい作品が多かったです。その背景の一つに決して潤沢ではないロム容量がありました。ロムに入るゲームが小さいから難易度などはある程度上げないとすぐにクリアしてしまう。何千円あるいは万円というお金を払うにもかかわらずです。同じ戦闘を何度も遊ばせる RPG などと異なり、アクションゲームは製品寿命の作り方に難がありました。だからといって理不尽な難しさを良しとしていたのでは、ゲーム初心者が入ってこられるきっかけがあり
So slight. So slight. I hate it so much. I hate Dark Souls.
ません。カービィの役割の一つとしてゲーム初心者をゲームの世界に導くということを考えたわけです。クリアで製品が終わってしまうというお話をしましたが、例えばアーケードゲームなどはクリアできたとしても意外とそこでは終わりにならないのですよね。楽しければ何度だって遊んでいました。初代カービィは比較的簡単だけど、手にした方は何度となく遊んでくれたことと思います。ゲームボーイのアクションゲームの中では手触り感もだいぶ良い方だったと思いますしね。なお最初からサウンドテストが入っています。ステージ開始タイミングがイントロに合わせてぴったりと合ってるようなところとか、
You think about it right now, like the quality of this game is so high. Even it's like, I mean, like, yeah, you know, it's a Nintendo. Of course, it's gonna be high, but I feel like wow, it's really high. Like, wait, my mind when I looking at this right now, I was like, wait, that game was made in 1991 or 1992? Like, wait, what?
音楽については当時からこだわりが見られます。結果的に初代星のカービィはカービィシリーズの中でもトップの売り上げです。少なくともこの当時初心者用という位置づけで作ったことは非常に良かったのではないかなと思います。以上です。次の企画コンセプトのカテゴリーは星のカービィ夢の泉の物語のお話。作った順にご紹介していきます。
Oh, that's it? Okay. So what is next? So I guess today we just saw something about Kirby. That's just it, right? That's just what it is. Well, that's that. That's pretty interesting, I would say. I'm not gonna lie. That is Kirby Adventure. I actually played a game before in Game Boy. I used to have a Game Boy and a Game Boy Color actually. And yeah, and it was I remember playing Kirby there as well. Like I got that, and I got a Game Boy as well. Like I played Pokemon Yellow on a Game Boy. But Game Boy was not really something that we really had. Like it's like actually it was like my mom. I think my mom reached like 40 years old during then, and he wanted to do something about herself, so she actually went to Japan. And because my relative is there during then, and so my mom go and meet her sister, which is married to Japanese, so that's right, that's what happens. And they got a bunch of friends and stuff, and one of the friend know that I love video games and stuff, and me and my brother love video games and stuff, so he packed a bunch of game devices for us, and that is like Game Boy Color, Wonder Swan Color. I'm not pretty sure if you guys still remember Wonder Swan. right? Wonder Swan. Do you guys have you guys ever heard about Wonder Swan? This is like one of the Digimon game that I play with this. The Wonder Swan is really good. It's really really good. So yeah, they gave us the Wonder Swan with a Final Fantasy 1 and 2 inside. And I remember playing Final Fantasy 1 in there, but I never really get into it. But but I did play it. It was like, oh man, it's Final Fantasy 1. But I never really finished the game. I just played some, just casually and whatnot. But I play a lot of Gunpei. Not pretty sure you guys know about this. This is the game from Wonder Swan called Gunpei, and it's awesome. And then we got a Digimon game. I forgot which Digimon it's called, but it's a Digimon game that I played on the Wonder Swan as well. And I've been spending more on Wonder Swan instead of Game Boy, actually. I mean, like, probably the same, I would say. But yeah, Gunpei was really fun as well. But yeah, so didn't really had much, like, ever since I was a kid, didn't really have that much like luck to actually play with a Nintendo game. Like the thing just now that I mentioned, that we play everything that I saw just now in that Nintendo game or whatnot. That is because my friend has a Nintendo, and I went to his place when I was a kid, and we played that. Like, we spent the whole day just play video games. And I remember my brother borrowed a Super Nintendo from his friend for like a few months, if I'm not wrong. So we were like hiding it from our mom, and then we were like hiding it in a closet, so my mom didn't know that we actually have that. And my mom mindset during then was like, oh, no, I'm not gonna buy you game devices because it's gonna destroy the TV. That's what she said. So that's what happened there. And I was like, oh, but then we actually did borrow that, but we are hiding it from my mom. And when my mom just went to work, and I just take it out and then just plug it into the TV and then just start playing games. I was playing with Mega Man playing with Mega Man. I don't know, like 4, 5, 6, and then with the Super Nintendo I play on like 7 and X Mega Man X as well. I play a lot of Mega Man and Super Mario World. Of course, that's the game that you gotta play, Super Mario World as well. So yeah, so that's exactly what happened. Like, man, that's that. But after that, it's like PlayStation 1, never touch a Nintendo anymore. The thing about I mentioned that I'm playing with Super Nintendo or whatnot, like, it's not like during real time during then. It's like around the year probably 1999. No, probably more than that. Yeah, probably 1999, 1998. Maybe I was like around like 3rd grade or 4th grade or something. And yeah. it was probably around there, I guess. Not really like 1992 or what, like, it's not that. But yeah, so that's that. Oh boy. So that's the creating games thing. I don't know, man. Oh boy, I guess this is it, right? But I'm just gonna want to show off a little bit of my Nikkei stuff. Not really Nikkei, sorry. NT stuff before I really turn off the stream for today. Man, that really, I never expected that this really takes that much energy from me. Like, I spent around 2 hours and more on this. That's crazy. It's getting more complicated as it goes, and there's still more stuff to actually probably learn, I would say, right? I don't know. I don't know, but yeah. But I just wanted to show off a bit about my progress on this game. I've been spending a lot of time in this game, and it's really, really good. I bought a car, and I've been spending a lot of time like trying to do heists so that I can get some money. And I was like, and I get some progress on the levels as well. So it's like pretty much. First of all, you guys probably already realized if you guys watch some of my shorts, I have the umbrella now, right? I gotcha, and I got the umbrella now. That is good. That is really good. And I did like the whole is it around here? Like the whole this one, zero companion thing. Finish the whole thing, right? So I did that, and that's awesome. And I tried to do some exploration on the anomaly. I mean, I did cover up a lot already. I did manage to get a lot, but not really down below. I was doing here, and there's this part right here that I gotta do. But yeah, I was like I reached to level appraisal level 3, which is, if you can see, right, appraisal level 3, which I now can level up my character to level 50. So I can hit level 50 right now. And I feel awesome. I can hit level 50. This is so good. But I need to upgrade them. Right? I need to get them better. Like, number one, I got a character that I like that got stuck with this Juan. And I need to get this fish thing. So, let's see if we can actually get it or not. Because I thought it was a pretty cool thing that happens. I thought, like, you know, this is an experience that I should actually do it with you guys instead of just me alone. So I'm gonna try and take some recording as well when it happens. But yeah, it's very cool. I saw it a bit and I was like, F4. I just quit. I was like, no. I need to take a recording of this because it caught me off guard. And I totally almost missed it. So let me get to a car. And I bought a new car. What the hell is this, by the way? Vehicle request? What the hell? Nope. I don't know what the hell that means. Sorry about that. So there is this whale thing that I need to go and fight. And the whale thing happens in a very beautiful area like this. Not sure if it's gonna happen, but I hope it does. But look at that, look at this, guys. Woo! Oh boy! Damn! This is so cool. Holy shit! Yeah. We're gonna climb up. We're gonna play some weird. Oh, what the? I thought this is some weird Mario Kart World bullshit, man. Damn. Shit. Where's the fish? Oh boy, what are you doing now? What happened? Oh shit! Holy crap! Oh shit. So I guess I have to fight this thing now. prisoner level 52. What the hell? Oh, wait, what? Holy crap, what the hell is this? Okay. Stop the time. Okay. Why is he so annoying? This thing is so annoying. Whoa. Interrupt the dash attack with a well parry. Oh damn! We got it. Shit, what is happening now? Holy crap! Phase 2? What the hell is this? It just threw me an anchor. What the hell? This is way too crazy. What the hell is this shit? Mother Way at home? It is. Oh, so you can say there's a Looney Cat type. Sorry. Yeah, I did. I did it off screen though. What the? Holy shit. No! Okay. I did the wrong thing. Wait, I didn't. I thought I did. Bad timing, I guess. I did hit once. Whoa, shit. Holy shit, it's like Leviathan, man. Like in Final Fantasy 16. Whoa. Nope, nope, nope. Time to comfort, time to comfort. You see the glitch where Hattori time screens doesn't affect an office worker? Yeah, I saw it, I saw it. It's like everybody says like he got jobs to do, man. So what happened now? So I just have to hit it. So I don't. Wait, I kill it. It's over here. Why is Juan so hard to upgrade? God damn it. Now I can get up from here. Oh boy. There's this story about like, it's kind of equivalent to like Lonely Cats because the story is about a snow. Is it snowing here? What the hell is this? Wait, where am I? Oh shit, it's inside the building now. Like the story is about a snowman. I think you need to play the story in order to unlock like snow like this, right? Not only snowing and shit, but it's summer in this game. The setting's supposed to be summer, so this snowman thing wanted to, you know, make a summer in, make a winter, make a snow falls in summer, or something like that. And the story is most like a very random ass, like suddenly this snowman thing, and then it just appeared, and then he, you know, you just hang around with him all the time, and he's acting all like annoying a bit, I would say. Kind of annoying because it's like each time, every single quest, it's like a fetch quest. It's like nothing happening, and you have to take a picture of him all the time. And when it repeated like a few times, and I was like, wait a minute, this is weird. And he kept talking about his dream and the things that he wanted to do. And then when it gets into like the later of that story itself, it gets more serious and serious and serious, and it gets a bit like not really like super serious. It's still kind of like you know, just like everyday life you just spend, but the things that he says is like much more, and the things that happens between you guys has like more connection as well. Like there's this, literally there's a quest where you just spend time, and I'm sorry, hold on. You just spend time, and he just singing at the side, and I was like, okay, right? Like this quest right here. Like it's just nothing. It's just like, you know, like you're just sitting in the car, you're just fetching and stuff, and it's sitting at the side of you being annoying and stuff, and just make jokes and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, kind of cool, kind of fun, but then slowly it pushes you. After you finish that quest, you need to take a picture of him. You literally need to take a picture of him, and then I got like another quest where you need to take another picture of him, because he say after if you finish that truck quest, he says, I wanted to go to this area, and you get to like another area, and then you take another pictures, and then after that area, he says he wanted to go to the tower, and we go to the tower, and we take his picture again, and I was like, And then this part is like we are hiding one of the pictures,
隠した？
and that's why you have the picture, because he just after this day, what happened was the whole place just turned into snow.
パーを探しに行こう。僕に任せて。
And then he's like, oh yeah, it's a new day now. Let's go and look for Puff. And then when he tried to look for Puff, Puff is nowhere to be seen. And it hits me, and it's like, what? And to be honest, the earlier part, like this first early part, I just play a few points, and then I skip a few because I was like, because it's just getting like a bit like annoying with the quest being like just like a bunch of nothingness, right? I mean, like, I'm not talking about this specific quest. I'm talking about the entirety of the whole NTE quest. Like the main story just like draggy and shit and stuff like that, because of all of that happens and the pattern of the quest in the game. So it caught me a bit off guard with that. So, so that's why it's like, I was like, what? After I got that quest and then the whole thing snowed and we tried to look for Puff, and you couldn't find Puff, and the next thing you found is just like, a thing, which is this thing right here. Sorry. This thing right here that is just on top of its so-called grave, and then the whole place is like very snowy and like more snowier than other places, right? And then it's like, oh, okay. And then after that, you nearby you also found a picture of Puff, the snowman photo, which is after Puff left, you discovered a photo it had left behind. This photo is the only connection left between you. You're not crying. That's just some snow in your eyes. That's the equivalent of that scary. You're not really scary. I mean, like the equivalent of the lonely cat. A bit like a lonely cat story. Kind of emotional. It gets to you. And the thing is that this game, I think maybe because the time that I played the game is different as well. But in this game, the time system has different, music as well. So during the time I was like around evening when I found it. So it plays a very sentimental kind of song. Wait, this is snow. That's why it plays this song, I guess. Is it gonna play some other song? Wait, it's raining now. What the hell? You're not gonna play any other song? There's this different song that he plays during the evening time, and that song hits that story, hits the whole thing. I was like, I got hit by regrets. Like, wait, I want to see the story properly now, right? I was like, wait, what? This is actually good. And I checked, and you couldn't actually, see the story or read. You can't play the story anymore from scratch. In this game, they don't have an archive system yet. I think it's yet. I'm not sure. Maybe they will implement it next time, but they don't have that archive system, so you can't really play back any stories that you played. So I can't really show you or anything like that. So the only method you can do is play another account, or you just watch YouTube videos. And that's exactly what AI tells you. Like Grok, I asked Grok, what can I do? Grok says, that's the two things you can do. That's the only two things you can do. You can't replay the story anymore. You either watch it from YouTube, or you make another account and play a game. And I was like, okay, that's that, right? That's just pretty what it is. So I was actually trying to fight the fish because I want to upgrade my girl, right? This thing requires a sea prisoner, so it does really drop this around here, right? So yeah, now I can do that. That's nice. Now I can upgrade my characters and the other as well. So yeah, that's my progress with NTE so far, and I can't wait for the new update or any new characters or whatnot in this game. I think this game, I'm really glad that I really found a other gacha game beside Nikkei that I really enjoyed playing, and yeah, So that's just what it is for today. And thank you so much, guys, for watching. And next time I think I'm gonna play Nikkei. Actually, I'm gonna play with Nikkei chapter 37. Was it? Play some Nikkei, get through that because I just want to finish Nikkei's story first. And I know there's still Resident Evil series that I wanted to go. I think that is actually pretty rushing as well because as times goes, Pragmata is not gonna, you know, have much value. And you might ask like, hey Jeff, what does it have to do? Because my plan is I want to play until Village, get rid of all the you know, Resident Evil series game, and I actually want to sell off this 2 game. I want to trade in for Beast of Reincarnation and whatnot. And so I was like, yeah. Yeah. So that's why I feel like, because I wanted to do it together, you know, but time just keep passing. Maybe I would just sell off the Pragmata first. I might play Beast of Reincarnation on PC, not on PlayStation 5, because I find it pretty cheap on Steam. I'm not sure the price on the PlayStation yet, but I probably have to ask first. If it's cheaper there, then I'm gonna play it there. If it's not, then I'll play it on PC. Because you know, games like Beast of Reincarnation, Stellar Blade, or whatnot, I think this type of game is something that, like, you know, appeals to me because I like you know, female protagonist type of game, and these games they are amazing. Oh shit! I already beat this. I think it's Kiki. I haven't beat that. So so yeah, so it's really, you know, it's really fun. It's a fun game and whatnot. So I what? I think I get a bit distracted. I'm not pretty sure where I am right now. But nevertheless, you know what? I'm so tired. Holy crap! I'm so exhausted because of, holy shit, man. Well, I'll see you guys again next time. And on the next one, yeah, I'm gonna go and play Nikkei first. I really want to beat Nikkei stories and just finish that thing up. So next stream, Nikkei stories, and after Nikkei story stream, I'm gonna go and do this again. You know, it's like a day I probably do 2 streams or whatnot, but Nikkei story, if you just finish the story, then I'm just gonna move on. Just like this game, right? I'm actually just like, I was expecting just 2 hours of the game. I never really expected it would be more than that. Like, I think there's still more content because I didn't really actually finish it, but I actually stopped at 3 hours of playthrough. And so that's why it's still here. I didn't uninstall it, but yeah, I don't think I'm gonna play it on stream though. But yeah, but I probably will beat the demo and tell you guys what I think about the game. Make a video and just yap about it, right? Probably that's what it is. I actually wanted to make a video on NTE because I finished the whole game and stuff like that. And during the time, it was before I played that Snowman game, so I actually made a recording. And the funny thing is, I think the Snowman thing, the Puff actually knows I want to make a review. So I was yapping. I yapped like 15 minutes in front of the camera. I made a recording. I was like, I made a whole script, right? I made a whole script for it as well. I was like, I'm done. Like I'm great. I'm good to go. I have a whole script that I want to talk about NTE, and this is what NTE is about to me. So I have the whole script written down, and I was like, okay, cool. So I started to yap and just, you know, make a recording out of that, just talk about NTE. When I finished the whole 15 minutes, I feel good about myself. This is gonna be a great video. And then I looked down to my OBS and I saw the recording part. It didn't say it's record, which means I've been talking to myself this whole time, yapping my ideas and review to no one but except myself on a screen, thinking that I've made a recording. And I was like, shit, nah. And so I was like, never mind. I ended up did not make the video because of that. But now I'm glad that I did not make it, because now I play the Puff, I have a different kind of like takes on it, right? So yeah, that's that. But I'm still gonna make it. Okay, I'm still gonna yap a bit about it. So no worry about that. I'm gonna yap more. I'm gonna yap, just yap. You know, like Penguin Zero type of yap. I'm not gonna edit too much, but I'm gonna yap a bit. You know, that's just what it is. So yep. Nonetheless, I'll see you guys again next time. Be seeing ya. Boom. Hope you guys had a great day. Oh, great morning, because it's morning right now. Look at that. It's 8 a.m.